Good morning, folks, and welcome. This is the final part of the fur coat no knickers. I know you're all very sad to hear that, but be that as the case, what I've done, I've actually got the unit now working, and it actually sounds not bad. I've got it connected to my small JVC test speakers here, and I'll give you a quick listen. I'll just switch it on, and what we'll do, we'll go for the radio first. I'll take the dust cover off a minute. Well done, I'll show you it working, and then I'll show you what I did to get it working. So I'll just stop the record player for a second, because we don't want that right now. Put these records up at the top ready for them to play. There we go. What we'll do, we'll press medium wave, and there we go. Remember when I turned the volume up, it used to go bum 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 bum. Well, watch this now. That's full volume, and that's AM, FM.
I feel great now. I can smile again. It's lovely.
There we go.
The confidence.
On between now and 5.
Absolutely.
And that's the AM radio. Now you've heard FM radio. If we go to gram, I push the AFC button in then, because I thought the button bright was coming off. Now we go to gram. There's no hum there, nothing. Now basically what the issue is here, the record player is a bit trebly, because what it is, I'm using the cartridge out of the Decca Music Centre, and this is supposed to have it's not supposed to have that type of cartridge. This is a sonotone cartridge. This is really designed to have a high output BSR cartridge. This is, I think, is a medium output cartridge, but it's adequate for the test. But ignore the hissing and what, because the stylus is fucked. So we'll let that do that. Drop some lovely. Straight onto where it should be. I'll show you what I did to repair this unit in a minute, to restore it to normal working order. And the sound is actually being provided from within here, and it is coming out of the speakers here, as you can see. Both left and right channels do work. I'm not swinging the balance over because you wouldn't notice, and the balance knob is very crackly. That works just like a BSR should. I mean, there's plenty there, but it's trebly. And that's full volume. I can't play all of it. I'd like to, but I can't. Now, what I'll do now, I'll turn it off. I'll turn the power off just to be safe, and I'll show you what I did now to restore the unit to normal working order. Well, actually, I say normal. It's better than put the dust cover on so I don't damage the record player. There we go. Now, if I turn it upside down carefully. It does say in the manual to actually use the dust cover to put the, but there again, you know, you wouldn't, if it was a customer's, you'd put a towel down because you wouldn't want to scratch your customer's dust cover, would you? Now, basically what you do, you flip them upside down like that. Now, and then you flip it back onto the bench. Now, what I've actually done, let's zoom in a bit. What I've actually done here, folks, I've actually replaced, what I've done, I've took a sniff off where the ICs used to be here. I've taken a sniff off pin 1 and pin 1 of each IC channel, of each input to the IC. And what I've done, I've connected them to this amplifier module here. And basically, this amplifier module goes to the original speaker sockets. I have got them the wrong way around. I mean, left is right and the opposite, so I've got to swap. I've got to desolder them and swap them round. But that's not an issue at the moment. That can be done at my leisure. So if I zoom in now, let's just there we go. I'll tell you what, that's a brilliant little unit, that. And what we've got here, folks, we've got, I've not secured it yet, but we've got here, I might need to put a bigger heatsink on this actually, because it does get a bit warm. What we've got here is a cheap Chinese voltage regulator board. Let me zoom in on it for you. And what I'm doing with this, this little board, this is the input coming in here, the live 25 volts, straight from the smoother. Well, actually, it's coming from pin 10 of one of the output ICs, which is where the voltage goes in to drive the ICs. And what I've done, I've took a sniff off it, and I've got it here. I brought it to here, and this is the ground, which has always been on the record player. I just utilised it, and the output just goes, the ground is here, and the live is on the other side. The reason why I've done that is they're so close, I don't want them touching, so I've put them on opposite sides, and I think it's easier. I've just got to find somewhere to secure this. Not found anywhere to secure this yet, but I'm working on it. Probably just screw it to the side here, but I'm thinking of a bit, maybe a bit more, maybe put a longer screw through there. Put a longer screw through there so I can put a bit more heatsink on the back of it. Because to be honest with you, I think I could do with a bit more heatsink. I can't put it on here because there's a ground, and I'm not sure. Yeah, so I'm not going to run the risk of blowing the regulator up. So basically, I'm gonna just fit that. That'll just fit here somewhere on the side. It'll just fit on the side with a little bit of. I'll find a couple of standoffs or something. You know, I will make a neat job of it, and I'm just going to lash it up. And that's all I've done really to restore this little Fidelity back to normal working order. And it's now perfectly usable again. This amplifier is nice and secure. That's not going anywhere, that little board. Everything's pretty much nice and neat. I'm just looking around it. I mean, I will do a final look round. That fuse there's got to be replaced. There's a fuse there's got to be replaced, which has blown at some point, and somebody's put fucking wire around it. So I've got to replace that fuse at some point. This one here, it's got to be replaced at some point. And I want to find a cover for that mains fuse. I don't like it right near the on-off switch like that. So I need to find a cover for that. The switches, if I can get into them, need to be sprayed because they're fucking dirty and scratchy. So I need to look at doing that, and it's hard to get into them. You get into some, but you can't get to all, and it's very difficult. They should have put a hole in the top of the fuckers so you could get at them. The headphone socket no longer works because all the grounds on the headphone socket go together, and this amplifier won't let you connect the speaker grounds together. You can't use a common for the speakers, so that's ruled the headphones out. The headphone socket's made that extinct. But there again, no fucker uses headphone sockets anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And that's pretty much it, folks. We've got you know, yeah, what can I say? I think I've done a nice job. I've got it working. It's you know, it's probably working better now than it ever did. But just make sure that regulator's not gonna hit anything. Put it there, that'll be okay. And you know, it's probably working better now than it ever did. You know, I'll just give you one last listen. Let's just turn the... See, I've got it on the variac at the moment because I've not got a plug on it. And I've got a positive and negative banana jack I can just jack into me variac and an earth that I can just connect to. So it is earthed. And look at that, there's no hum. Very little anyway. No noise there at all, hardly. And
One with plenty of sun. Highs of 22 Celsius. That's the latest. I'm Victoria Glover.
you know, anyway folks, I'm going to leave it there. This is the end of this video. It's the end of this video series. And let's just get the camera straight. Whoops. It's the end of this video series, and thank you for taking the good time to sit and watch the series, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope I've explained it thoroughly. If anybody has any questions, then please feel free to leave a comment. You can get all these fidelity unit audio things, UA things. You can actually get them all, the IC based ones, even the transistor based ones. You can get them you can get them all to work the same way. The only thing you have to check is the pin on the IC. Just make sure that they're calling it pin 1 or whatever, because I've noticed on some of the circuits, if I remember rightly, they're using the same chip, but they're calling it a different pin number. Don't know why they're doing that, but on some of them they are. And not all the pins are used. And, you know, so just, you know, what you need to do is basically look at where the volume controls come in to the IC. And that's where you want to go from. Because that's all I've done, is just taking a sniff off where the volume controls go in, because that's where the input goes in, because the volume is done through the preamp, not through the main amp. So that's what you want to be looking at. Anyway folks, thank you once again, as I say, thank you very much for watching, and for sticking with me through this. And there'll be another project soon. Sorry there's been a bit of a delay in this, but I have had to wait for the part to turn up. It turned up this morning. Apparently A fella knocked on my door at 7 o'clock this morning. He asked me who I was. I told him. He says, I think this is yours. So really I should have had the bits yesterday, I think, because he found my package in the middle of the street. You know, I need to think about contacting the Royal Mail and having a word with them about it. But he found my package in the middle of the street. A car could have gone over it or anything. Luckily it didn't. And luckily it didn't rain. But mind you, it was in an anti-static bag anyway. But even besides the point, you know, if a car had gone over, it'd have been game over. I'd have had to order another one and waited. And anyway, this guy very kindly knocked on my door. He was going around posting leaflets, pizza leaflets. You know, are you? Yeah. So I told him who I was, and he said, I think this is yours, mate. I said, yeah. I opened it in front of him. I said, yeah, it is. It's my regulator. Anyway, that aside, the Fidelity No Knickers is done, and I'll be looking for my next project now. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and more to come later. Bye for now. It would help if I had the right remote to turn the camera off. There we go. Oh, I forgot to mention, folks, just a quick add-on to the end. I actually adjusted the voltage regulator. The voltage regulator unit out of circuit I bought had it has a 10-turn potentiometer on it, and for the amplifier I used, I had to set the voltage to 18 volts. So you'll need to set the voltage. Obviously you'll need to, if you do a job like this, you'll need to set the voltage accordingly. Oh, pardon me. And I can't believe I've forgotten an important piece of information like that. Thank you very much for watching, folks. But there again, yeah, like I say, if you've got any questions, I'll answer them. I don't have a problem. I mean, I've done this job, so I don't mind answering the questions. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Bye for now.